You listen to English podcasts every day. You even learn new vocabulary, 3 to 4 words every day. You have practiced speaking in front of the mirror numerous times. You listen to other people who practice English on YouTube a lot. But still, you don't think you're fluent. Why? Because you have this internal fear of speaking in English publicly. And that's what we are going to address today. How to speak English fluently without fear. Today is day 9 of our self-learning series. This is a 10 days program and today is 9th day. We have come really far from day 1. If you have not attended the past 8 sessions, then I would say that you must attend those sessions in order to build your English speaking skills. Those learners who don't want to spend excessive money in buying courses, joining classes, going to institutes, and you even want to save time, this series is for you. This is free of cost. You can consider it as a free course where you can learn to speak good quality English from your home at your own pace using your own resources. But no matter whatever you do, your fear is not letting you speak English with confidence. It's very important to come out of this fear if you want to be a confident English speaker. Today, you are going to solve this problem forever. Hello, my dear learners. Welcome to Skillfident with your mentor Namita, and today is the 9th session of our self-learning series where we are working on enhancing our public skills, our English speaking skills, and building confidence. Whatever we try to do when it comes to building confidence, our fear stops us. Today we are going to stop this fear forever. Well, I'm going to share this whole stopping the fear concept in 6 simple steps. If you don't want to listen to all the steps, which are very important, you want to leave this session right here, it's okay. But make sure that you jump to 5th step, which is very important for each one of you. Even if you're not simply learning English, you want to enhance some other skill, make sure that you listen to that 5th step. It is very important. But this whole process is 6-step process. And once you imbibe everything that I'm sharing, you would not be fearful of speaking English or not be fearful of doing anything with confidence. Shall we begin? Let's do that. The first step to end your fear or to come out of your fear is to acknowledge your fear. We have this habit of ignoring everything, not acknowledging, oh no, I'm not fearful. You are scared of something, but you don't want to acknowledge it. Acknowledge your fear. Why? Because your fear is a natural response to everything that is new to you, something which you have not been doing since childhood. It's okay to feel this fear. It's okay to feel nervous. We all feel nervous. You have to acknowledge it. This acceptance, accepting your fear, will let the fear not control you. This fear will not control you if you accept that you are nervous. Are you getting my point? Otherwise, this fear is controlling you. It is not letting you be confident. It is not letting you develop public speaking skills. It is not letting you speak fluent English. But the moment you accept that, yes, there is this fear that I feel, yes, I feel nervous, yes, I become anxious while speaking in English, then you would take the power from this fear. It will not control you. This is a mindset shift, and this will build confidence. If you make this shift by acknowledging the fear, then you'll feel more confident. You'll do everything with a lot more confidence then. That's the first step, acknowledging the fear. Then the second step is shifting your focus. You have to shift your focus from your fear to your audience. to the person who you're speaking English with, the other person you're having conversation with, to the content that you're going to present, the words that you're going to use, the knowledge which will be a part of your speech. Shift your focus to the message that you want to convey. If you're only thinking about fear, you won't be able to do anything. Shift your focus from fear to the audience, to the content, to the message that you're going to deliver. This is what you have to do. Now, when you shift the focus, you will feel that your area of understanding has to be about how your message is going to benefit others, how what you're going to speak will benefit others, right? That is what your focus will be. And the moment it happens, you'll feel that there is this reduction of self-consciousness. Otherwise, you're so self-conscious all the time when you're fearful. It has now moved. There is the self-consciousness has reduced, and now it has moved to connection. You're connecting with the listeners. You're connecting with the other person. That's what happens when you shift your focus from yourself to the other person, the content, to the message, to everything else. So the first step is acknowledging your fear. The second step is shifting your focus. The third step is, if you truly want to beat your fear, you have to practice in advance. And that should happen intentionally, an intentional practice. Practice, of course, you're going to do, but how? It has to be intentional under low pressure situations. When you are on a stage, you have to deliver a speech, you are presenting something, a presentation, or you're in the middle of a conversation with somebody, or you're in an interview. It's a high pressure situation. You have a lot going on in your mind. So make sure that you're practicing intentionally in a low pressure situation, like in front of the mirror, or just having some monologues with yourself, or having dialogue with yourself only, where you are your partner. So start this practice with a purpose, not just mindless speaking just like anything. It should have a purpose. When you're doing this practice, you need to have a clear goal in your mind. Do that practice with a clear goal. So what will happen, the more you practice intentionally, the more natural and fluent your speaking becomes. And for this, you need consistent practice. It will not happen that you've practiced for 2 minutes and now you feel that the result is going to be awesome. No. Your intentional practice will bring your confidence out. So, you generally, if you want to enhance your speaking skills, you want to become a fluent English speaker, practice is all that you need, but practice with a goal. If you have to crack that in an interview, it has to be your goal. If you want to impress your audience, it has to be your goal. Make sure you're practicing with a clear goal. So the third step is intentional practice, practicing in advance in low pressure situations. I hope it is clear till here. Let's move to fourth step. Aim for progress, not perfection. To just beat this fear, you have to embrace your mistakes and consider them as learning opportunities. They are learning opportunities. You should not let the mistake stop you from going ahead, from doing more, from achieving more. These are just opportunities for you to grow. So when you think that, oh, I cannot speak in English, you're so scared, you are just letting the mistakes take over all your confidence. This is not what we are going to do. If you keep thinking that I will speak only when I will be perfect in English, that day would never come. Keep speaking. Don't wait for a perfect moment, because nothing, not just English, nothing in life, no skill can ever be perfect. We cannot achieve perfection ever. There is always a scope for improvement if you just believe in this one thing, that you cannot be perfect in anything. You cook every day and you think you will be perfect. No, there is nothing called perfection. We are always improving. We are becoming something. Allow yourself to become whatever it wants you to become in this process. That's it. You have to simply focus on progress. Aim for progress, not perfection. Let's move to the fifth step, which I deliberately told you to listen to. This fifth step is very important for your overall growth in your entire life. Embrace vulnerability. Embrace it. We are all vulnerable beings. Yes, we don't acknowledge it. We feel that, no, I'm very strong, because somehow our conditioning is like that. We have to be strong. We have to pretend to be strong. If you're a woman, you're told every day that you have to be strong. You cannot say that you're in pain. If you're a man, you know that you're not allowed to cry. Be strong. Every gender is told to be strong. Every role expects you to be strong. You're a child, your parents want you to be strong. If you are a parent, you have to be strong for your children. This life is tough. Embrace vulnerability. It allows you to connect with yourself at a very deeper level. The connection which we need to have with ourselves is somewhere broken because we're pretending to be strong. The moment we get vulnerable, we connect with ourselves, and this connection brings out confidence which we are longing for, isn't it? You are vulnerable, accept it. You have a story, a completely unique story, your life story, your experiences, your traumas, they are yours. Accept it. Whatever has happened to you, accept it and speak it out loud. Speak your truth. Don't try to be someone which you are not. You know why? Because authenticity adds value to your personality. It adds value to your speech. It adds value to your entire presence. It builds confidence. Authenticity helps you connect with people, engage with people emotionally. You meet people on a very deep emotional level, not just shallow meetings. It helps you build greater bonds. So you just have to feel that you're important. You have to accept your story. You have to accept your uniqueness, whatever your situation is, whatever your pain has been, so that people can see the real you. It will make your message also very impactful. Remember this for your life, not just for your English speaking skills. This is a life lesson, a very important one. And this brings me to the last step, the sixth step, which is develop a routine. You are scared, nervous, and anxious because you don't have a routine. You're scrolling through your phone mindlessly most of the time. There is no routine, no practice routine, nothing. Having speaking routines calms your mind. If you are well prepared in advance, you have a routine which allows you to speak and engage in different activities. You're living English, basically. Then it calms your nerves. You're less nervous. It cools down your system because internally you are engaging with something which is important for you. So having this routine will prepare you mentally for every situation. To speak on stage, to appear for interviews, to give presentations, you will be prepared, and preparation is important. So it will keep you prepared mentally, and it will also manage your anxiety. If you have a good routine, you've formed good habits, you are less anxious. Remember that. So simply have good routines, simply have good habits. That's it. So this was a simple 6-step process to overcome your fear. I hope after attending this full session, you will be able to come out of your fear. Now, those learners who have actually come here till this far, who've listened to all the 6 steps, please leave a flower emoji for me so that I know that these are the serious learners. We are about to end this series. I really want to know how many of you engage with the sessions completely. I would just want a flower emoji, a lotus flower, a lily flower, whichever is there in your smiley section. Leave that. I'm going to end this session right here, and I'll see you at day 10, which is going to be the last session of our self-learning series. Till then, keep practicing your English and take care of yourself. Bye-bye for now.